The Epstein files have finally been released, or should I say a fraction of them. There's names removed, hundreds of black pages, and details hidden. This almost seems like it could be a joke, like they are putting this out to rage bait all of us. I understand they want to protect the victims. I get it. We should 100% blur faces and redact names of victims. I understand it. But when pages upon pages are completely blacked out, that's where this slowly turns into one of the biggest government cover-ups in history. The Justice Department redacted the names and identifiers of victims. Fox News Digital has learned that the same redaction standards were applied to politically exposed individuals and government officials. Is this a joke? What the fuck are we doing? The politicians and governmental officials should not be redacted. This is the landing page that you get at the Department of Justice website, Epstein Library, and then you have to click court records. And as you scroll down, each case is listed, and it's a lot of lawsuits against Jeffrey. I mean, as you can see, Doe versus Epstein, it's a lot of that. And a lot of these lawsuits, they lured a lot of these underage girls to this house through assistants and Ghislaine Maxwell, saying it was for massages, and then he would come in the room with a towel and shit would get pretty dark very fast. One of the first heavily redacted sections I could find is Government of the United States Virgin Islands versus JP Morgan Chase. Now, if you look at the complaint here, the allegations page, it says Jeffrey Epstein was extremely high-risk customer. Epstein's reputation as a ST, an abuser of women and girls, was well known. Between 2005 and 2013, there were numerous press reports that Epstein, he paid a 14-year-old girl in Palm Beach, Florida for a massage in 2005. High school students hired them to give massages. He was arrested in 2006. He pled guilty in 2008, sentenced to 18 months in jail. In 2009, the Fed started to come after him for the interstate commerce to, traveling across state lines and whatnot. He was interested in Eastern European women, young girls, often from Eastern Europe. And here's where it starts to get the black bar situation. And it's right when they start talking about JP Morgan, right when it starts talking about one of the biggest banks in the world, I think, right? Or at least the United States. Shit started getting redacted. JP Morgan did business with Jeffrey from as early as blank. Why are they redacting the date for when they started doing business with Jeffrey? Why does that matter? Someone tell me. In that time, JP Morgan serviced approximately blank. Like what? Epstein-related accounts collectively worth blank. Why are we redacting how many accounts JP Morgan serviced? And then look at this shit. Look at this joke. Oh, and this part. They knew he was a felon, registered sex offender, and alleged child. All about JP Morgan. Oh, and then watch. Head of JP Morgan had a close relationship. Jess Staley developed a close relationship with Epstein when Staley was head of JP Morgan. More redacted. And then they talk about Staley again being the CEO. He stepped down in November 21. JP Morgan ignored obvious red flags. More redacted. Who is at JP Morgan doing this? Are they throwing it all on Jess Staley? There's got to be more people. It's a giant company. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why are they protecting the higher ups at JP Morgan? Why are we doing this? Each of these red flags were serious. Together, they suggest a pattern of potentially illegal conduct that should have prompted action by JP Morgan. Okay, who else is involved? Epstein brought high clients to JP Morgan. What? What do you mean? What clients did Epstein bring to JP Morgan? What other wealthy individuals is close enough with Epstein to get referred to JP Morgan? So the bank knew everything about what he did. Despite this knowledge, the bank did little or nothing to inquire or block numerous payments to named co-conspirators. Oh, I thought there were no other co-conspirators. Didn't the government say that? There's no one else? It's just Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey? JP Morgan covered this up, obviously, and they redact more people who helped on the cover-up. I mean, there's no names in any of this besides Jess Staley. Why do you think this is? Why do you think there's only this guy's name on this document at JP Morgan? Yes, Jess Staley is a longtime supporter and donator to the Democratic Party. I mean, obviously there's both Democrats and Republicans in this shit. We all know why this guy is the only name, right? I mean, even on some of these cases like Epstein versus Rothstein, it lists these PDF court records and you click through them. Where's 1 through 4? I mean, they gotta exist, right? 1 through 4 has to exist somewhere. Unless they name these files incorrectly. Obviously, I made a video on these flight logs, which are always pretty interesting because they say literally like Jeffrey Epstein, George Middleton, I think his name was, and 2 females. Like, they don't even list female names sometimes. It's kind of wild to see. Why is there a black bar on this name? I mean, I really hope that's a victim's name and not a person. This is crazy. Bill Clinton, 4 Secret Service members, 2 males, 1 female. This is January 2002. More Bill Clinton, February 2002. Bill Clinton again. Trump is on a few of these flights too, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know if it's just because I suck. It's hundreds of pages, so. Back to the JP Morgan real quick. I just read this. In exchange for facilitating and covering up Epstein's commercial ST, JP Morgan employees receive financial benefits and career advancement from JP Morgan. Who There's no other names in here. What employees did this? This is so weird. Now we're getting into the pictures. Some broken doors. The fuck? Maybe from a search warrant or something. Prying open the door. What is this creepy ass shit? Gold is so ugly, bro. Like the gold decorations on shit. It looks so bad. Gotta say, this looks similar to someone else's style here, boys. I mean, there's literally thousands of pictures of just random shit. So I'm trying to find anything interesting here. Look at this creepy motherfucker, bro. What is this? He just looks creepy. Said, why isn't it taking it? They took a video on accident. Sound like a kid doing it, dude, honestly. On a plane. Oh god, here we go. So that's Bill Clinton in a pool with Ghislaine and a victim, I'm guessing. Playing the piano. He looked like a little small fucker. Look at Bill Clinton having the time of his life, bro. You know there's pictures of Trump like this too, but they just not in here, bro. Who are these dudes? Anyone recognize these guys? I don't know. I don't recognize him. These motherfuckers in like some pajamas together or some shit. What are these clothes, bro? I don't know. Look at these two motherfuckers. What is this, bro? Now I found the phone book situation, or contact book it says. Obviously the phone numbers are redacted, I guess. But there are some blocks that are just completely redacted, like it seems to cover names. I mean, it's in alphabetical order, so why are these circled right here? Soros, Trump, Blaine, and Robert. Ivana, Ivanka, Robert and Blaine again. I'm not seeing Donald on here. Massage Paris. The fuck? Massage A Island. Crazy ass shit. I found a transcript of the recent meetings Ghislaine Maxwell had with Todd Blanche. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 2002, there was $5 million that you were paid in 2002. And she goes, oh, well, I'd have to, I don't remember, but okay. There would be another large sum, but it wouldn't have come from him later. The biggest one was in 1999. There was over 18 million. 18.3 million. I don't know what that is, she says. If you don't know, we can move on. But we're talking about 18.3 million in 99, 5 million 3 years later in 2002, 7.4 million in 2007. Adds up to around 30 million. You were not paid that by Mr. Epstein, meaning that's not money you received from your benefit, even if it was put into your accounts. I don't believe any of that was my money. Yes, I understand. If it moved, some of that may have been come from the car or house that was sold that I had interest in with him, but I don't think this money is mine. What is going on? How do you not know what money is yours, bro? $30 million of it. What a disaster. If I were to guess, she's clearly lying, right? When's the last time you went on a trip or saw President Clinton? Late 2000, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, something. I think he was hosting something or was at an event I was in LA. I had dinner with him. Did you ever meet Hillary Clinton? Yes. I want to say it was on a flight that came from the island from Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard back to New York. Is what I think. I might be wrong. East Coast Island like Nantucket, yes. Or something like this? Yes, no. The ex-president never came to the island. Is that the only time you met Hillary Clinton? No, I went to the house in whatever that is a few times. And why'd you go to that house? I was invited. And do you know whether Epstein had or knew or had any sort of visit dealings associated with Hillary Clinton? I would say so. Did you ever see them together? No. Do you know whether Epstein ever did business transactions with the Clintons? I would, well, I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure how to I don't know the answer to that strictly because I was part of the beginning process of Clinton Global Initiative. Look at this creepy ass picture, bro. Just Jeffrey surrounded by a bunch of women or minors, maybe. Who knows? Probably minors. Look at all this. Who is that? Is that Prince Andrews or whatever? I'm pretty sure that's Prince Andrews, right? Bro. What is this, man? Invited to a party. Blank works for Sony. Movie interested. Redacted Baltimore. Redacted. Snapped at Jeffrey Epstein. Acted mean. Ghislaine puts parties together. Hosts. Club promoter. Blank and hotel. Clubs. Manhattan. Redacted. 1998. Redacted. Never alone with him. Pages of redacted shit. Pages upon pages. Okay, great. That was awesome. More shit. Of literally pages, like 7 pages of redacted, grand jury subpoena, more redacted pages. What are we doing here, boys? What is the point of this? Each document in this set has so many redacted parts. Tipster. Narrative from a tip. Tipster submitted the following. Redacted was a big part of Epstein's scandal. The FBI mistakenly gathered information about her blank because blank stole her Blank driver's license to enter Epstein's property. Blank gave massages and recruited younger girls as she got older. Blank may be a victim or she may be a criminal. Blank has a lot of information about the Epstein case, but she denies it. I mean, look at how much of a joke this is. So here's a document. I mean, there's thousands of these. 6309. You click it. It's literally 55 pages of blacked out shit. Look at this. 55 pages. What is the point of releasing this? What the fuck is the point? This is bullshit. Massages, right? For Jeffrey Epstein on the right. Another person, it doesn't say who it's for. In 2005, January, Jeffrey Epstein. Why are we redacting who the other massage is for? Why are we doing this? All right, something about a 05 gray Nissan, right? Interesting. What's this about? Oh, would you look at that? And then 20 pages of black bars. Appreciate the transparency. Aren't we supposed to just black bar the victims' names, not everything else? New York address or something, a cell phone number. And then like 8 pages of blacked out shit. And this has to do with the grand jury subpoena or something. Apparently Epstein stole photos from a photographer and sold them to potential buyers. He requested for her to take pictures of young girls at a swimming pool. Epstein is now threatening that if she tells anyone about the photos, he will burn her house down. Holy shit, bro was a psycho. Full on, absolute psycho. This is 100 pages of phone calls, I would imagine, from Jeffrey's phone, and it doesn't tell us the number he's calling. So people can't even connect the dots if he's calling anyone that a number is out there or anything. Great, thanks for the information. Literally useless. 100 pages of useless shit. Oh wow, more blacked out number bullshit. Hundreds of pages. Appreciate the information, government. Oh my god, is it thousands of pages of this? What is the point? It's not telling us who it is. Look at this creepy ass note. For a good time, call blank hearts Jeffrey E. Epstein. What? An Amazon receipt of books. One of them being Roadmaps for Erotic Servitude, Principal Skills and Tools. A workbook for erotic slaves and their owners. This guy needed to be fucking